It fell again? You already wasted Marita's sword in Tara. Is it back now? Hello, hello? Hello, hello. It's back. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Ugh. It's really frustrating. I have no idea what's going on. Just absolutely no idea. It's going to be in so many parts. I know. So frustrating. I'm upset about it. I'm doing so well tonight too. Why do you have to be like this, game? God. No, I don't have any, like, video editing software to do that with. Right now I'm just gathering everybody up. Because I don't, you know, my focus is not uploading stuff to YouTube, you know, so it doesn't really matter. So that's why I'm not bothering. Like I had a video editing software in the past when I was editing the streams, but it just took so much time, and I'm far too casual of a streamer to worry about that. That's too much. But the finale! I know. I'm doing the best I can, man. Yeah, don't bother if it'll stress you. And it will. Because then I'd have to find software, download it, figure it out. Like, it's just not worth it. I really know how to use Movie Maker. Yeah, I don't even really know how to use that. It doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. It'll be on YouTube in a whole bunch of parts, if people ever want to go back and watch it, and I will attempt to figure out what the hell is wrong with my laptop that's causing all this to happen. The entire crew ready to defeat Veld. Yep, they're coming in. As soon as I get Carrion and Nana there, I'll do one more wait a turn and then move Lara onto her spot. Most powerful last boss of the franchise. Oh dear. I can do it. Leaf needs girlfriend support. Hell yeah, he does. Alright. I don't know if this is automatic or not. No, it's not. Okay. Open the dragon door. Ugh, what? It can't be. Have these children broken through the seal? Leave, you heathen. You're an impudent brat standing in the way of the divine. I'll send you to oblivion to meet your parents, but not before you spend a century or two decorating my altar as a petrified statue. At least it doesn't open on the enemy phase. Thank the Lord. Petrify. Ooh. Uh-oh. Hell, Fenrir. Jormungandr, silence. Okay. Renewal. Oh, nice. Lovely. I was kidding about him being one of the most powerful bosses. He's actually really underwhelming. Oh, good. You dare to cross me? Don't you know the power I wield? Let me show you just what a grave mistake you've made. Or not. Loser! Yeah, this is my own folly, but this isn't the end. Even if you kill me, Loptus is eternal, and the rebirth of his empire is nigh. I may die here, but you'll struggle and flounder for the rest of your days. Loser! Super underwhelming. I had all these plans in case he, like, messed me up. If he had some scroll, it would be interesting. Yeah. What a dummy. Now you see why I say Reinhardt is the most powerful enemy? Yeah, for sure. To add insult to injury, I'll kill everyone. Easy peasy. I win! Bully the sorcerers. Oh yeah, they're dying. Faux show. Show them they chose the wrong religion. Oh, when you put it that way, it sounds really evil. But, like, they totally did. They picked an evil dragon. It's not my fault they picked an evil dragon. And this is it. I win! Hey, everything's normal again. We won? Is it really over? Yeah, right? Like, that was such a pathetically easy final boss. Peace restored, except not really. It is. Breathe easy, my prince. Your long fight has at last come to an end. With your victory today, the Lopterians' influence in North Thracia has been eradicated. Hells yeah! At long last, the Thracian people have been liberated from the tyranny of Loptus and his mortal servants. This is all because of your perseverance and strength, my prince. You never gave up. Nope, sure didn't. No, Augustus. The people have you to thank as well. Without your guidance, I never would have made it this far. I started this journey knowing nothing, and you taught me how to be a ruler. I thank you, Augustus. As a monarch and as your student, I was truly fortunate to have met you. I'm not sure what to say. I need to tell you something, my prince. I would be a poor teacher if I continued to keep secrets from you now. It was not by chance that our lives intersected. In fact, I only became your tactician because I was ordered to do so by my benefactor. Truth be told, at the outset, I thought liberating North Thracia was an impossible task. Augustus' best advisor. Cry, Augustus. Congrats! Now you are considered an elitist in the Fire Emblem community. But as I spent more time by your side, as I saw how focused you were on freeing your motherland, how earnestly you wanted it, before I knew it, I had genuinely begun to believe in you. I hope you can forgive me for all the times I doubted you. I'll not lie, Augustus. The times when you voiced skepticism of my abilities did always weigh heavily on my heart. Yet you also taught me to expand my perspective, to realize the depth of everyone's suffering and sorrow. My upbringing, strange and sheltered as it was, left me lacking the tools to understand the lives of my subjects. And I think I still have even more to learn. I need you, Augustus. I'd be honored if you stayed by my side and continued to teach me. As you wish it, my prince, so shall it be. Just hug already. Yeah. Lord Leaf, a messenger just arrived from Lord Seliph. Konat has been seized by his army. Huh? Konat has already fallen? What of Lord Seliph? He's alive and well, my lord. Fear not. The message said that he rides from Munster as we speak to help us capture the city. I imagine word has not yet reached him of our victory. You should be in for a most welcome surprise when he arrives. I can hardly believe it. For Lord Seliph to conquer such a formidable fortress as Castle Konat in a single day. My only regret is that I couldn't kill King Bloom with my own hands. I sympathize, my lord, but as regrets go, you could have ended today with far worse. Remember, North Thracia is now free again. In the streets of Munster, everyone, young and old, celebrates the victory of the Liberation Army. Yeah! The people cheer your name. They shout that Thracia has been liberated by the son of the late hero Quan. Finn, we've been through so many long and painful days, haven't we? But however hard I had it, you had it so much worse. You possess more patience and endurance than anyone I've ever known. You've been there for me my whole life. Whenever I felt overwhelmed, I knew I could always rely on you, Finn. Aww, Finn, best boy. You sacrificed everything to raise me. It's like I spent my whole childhood sitting on your lap. How can I ever repay you? Lord Leaf. Of the 4 kingdoms of Thracia, Leonster, Ulster, Connaught, and Munster, none save Leonster have a surviving male heir. Hence, the people want to be united under your rule. No others remain who could take the throne. Lord Leaf, please, fulfill their hopes. Be the answer to their prayers. The tragedy of Thracia is that these small kingdoms have been doomed to repeat their petty civil wars time and time again. Unify Thracia and build a single prosperous kingdom, as the land once was in the days of Dane and Yorun. Doing so was the dream of your late father, Lord Quan, and if you truly wish to repay me, my lord, it is what I would ask of you as well. Aww. I would move the heavens themselves for you, Finn. Of course I'll do as you ask. I've come this far, I won't start running now. I have a duty to protect North Thracia. Unifying all of Thracia will depend on the will of King Trevant, but I'll do everything in my power to make it happen. Don't worry, Trevant will die. I know it's not ideal, but would that be enough to repay you, Finn? It's all I could have dreamed of, Lord Leaf. Aww. Guess that's the end of this whole mess. Hard to believe this all started with Raedric kidnapping little Non and Marita, huh? Little lord, it breaks my heart to do this, but me and some of the others have got to head back to Fianna. What? You're not coming with me, Ivel? Why would you do that? We may have kicked the Lopturians out, but there's still lots of pirates around. I can't just leave Fianna and Iz to fend for themselves. Besides, how useful do you think we'd be? You've got a whole army of knights and mages and priests now. You don't need us. But, Ivel... Little lord, I'll be looking forward to the day when you beat the Empire for good and come back to Leonster. When that day comes, not if, but when, I'll bring everybody to Leonster to celebrate. Okay, explain your affairs now, Finn. What are you talking about? And also, we've got a holy war to finish. Yeah. I'd like that. Alright, Ivel, it's a deal. I promise I'll come back, and you promise to have everyone ready to celebrate. But you might be waiting for a while, so please be patient with me. I don't think we'll be waiting for long, actually. I believe in you, Little Leaf. Go show the Empire what it's like to have you for an enemy. Mages and priests better than fighters and swordmasters. Lord Leaf. Lenoan. I imagine this must be very bittersweet for you. North Thracia has returned to our rightful hands, but Tara remains in Thracia's clutches. You know I'll stop at nothing to recapture the city, so won't you travel with me for a while longer? Of course I will, Lord Leaf. Duchess Lenoan, though it pains me to say it, I cannot go with you. How can that be, Dean? Why can't you? Thracia is my motherland. North and South shall soon face each other in battle, and I cannot fight against my home. You should stay with the Prince Lenoan. He'll protect you from now on. Dean, how can you say such a thing? I couldn't bear to go on without you. Lenoan? I will abandon my plans to retake Tara if it means you would stay, Dean. Please, remain at my side. She does not love Arian. She is totally in love with Dean. Don't say something so stupid, Lenoan. This isn't like you at all. Damn it. Now that I think about it, I'd be hurting both Prince Leaf and my sworn lord if I left with things the way they are now. I have to avoid that no matter what it takes. Now look here, little lady. You've just got to say it right now. But, if If you don't say it now, you'll only regret it. Or are you comfortable with staying the cute little sister forever? Yeah, poor Arian. Well, I mean, it's arranged. It's not like they know each other well. And yeah, Nana, let him know that you really like him. Because I think that he likes you, but he was just like, yeah, she's like my sister. Because he doesn't know that you like him. So say it. But Marita... Ugh, you're just going in circles. I'm getting impatient. Hey, Leaf. What is it, Marita? Gah, what's got you looking so grim? Go on, Nana. You can do it. Lord Leaf. Oh, Nana. There hasn't been a chance for just the two of us to talk. I wanted to thank you. You've been just as big a help as anyone, and I wanted to make sure you knew how grateful I am. You give me too much credit. I hardly did anything at all. Now that's not true, Nana. You are a powerhouse. I think not. We were raised like siblings, and you've always been there for me, Nana. You were always there to support me, to comfort me when I needed it. And I wouldn't have fought half as well if I didn't have you to keep my spirits up. When this is all over, I'll go looking for Lachesis, and if I find her, I'll tell her. I've fallen in love with your daughter, Nana. I humbly ask your blessing to wed her. Aww! Yay! Aww! My heart! That's so cute! Oh, thank God. Yay! Not gonna lie, they should have more interactions along the game. This really felt all of a sudden. Yeah, they could improve that with a remake, but we always knew they were meant to be. Aw, Nana, you didn't have to admit it. Lord Leaf. I know we have a long way to go before our battle is over, but I hope you'll stay by my side, Nana. Of course I will. I'm honored, Lord Leaf. Leaf is really confident now. He's a man. Yeah, he's a man. Prince Leaf, Lord Seliph is here to see you. It seems my reinforcements were unnecessary. I'm relieved to see you safe, Prince Leaf. Lord Seliph, we're only here because you intervened at Leonster. The credit for this victory is yours. No, North Thracia was liberated by you, Prince, with your own strength. I merely played a momentary role, nothing more. All of North Thracia is agreed on uniting under your rule, it seems. If a country that vast and wealthy were to join the fight against the Empire, my liberation army would have cause for celebration. Prince Leaf, will you continue to fight alongside me? There's still much left to be done, but if we were to join forces, I know we could overcome any challenge in our way. If you would accept it, I offer you a vow of eternal friendship, to live and die as one, just as our fathers vowed before us. I'm honored to accept your oath. After all we've been through, I think of you less as a cousin and more as an older brother. Nothing could make me happier than the idea of pooling our strength to create a brighter future for everyone. Is Lord someone above the hierarchy? No, but, Seliph isn't a prince. Leaf is a prince because he's the son of Prince Quan of Thracia. But Seliph's father was just Sigurd, who was Lord of Chalfie. They're not royalty. The royalty there is like Prince Kurth and Deirdre. So I mean, he's technically a prince through Deirdre, but he doesn't know that. Well, I think he does know that, but it's not like officially recognized yet. So he's like technically a prince, but it's not really officially recognized. So the proper honorific for Seliph is Lord, because he doesn't have a technical right to the throne at this moment. I mean, he's sort of considered like a bastard, because I guess people... The Empire doesn't officially recognize that Sigurd and Deirdre were ever married, which would make Seliph an illegitimate child of Deirdre and disqualify him from... No, Chalfie doesn't have a king. Chalfie was just like a district of the Kingdom of Gronvale, and so Sigurd was Lord of Chalfie after his father died. But Gronvale was ruled by the father of Prince Kurth. I don't remember what his name was. We saw him very momentarily. And then Prince Kurth's daughter is Deirdre. And of course, after the king of... Since Arvis married Deirdre, who was the only heir left to the throne because Prince Kurth died, when the king died, Arvis became king and Deirdre became queen. So, because Gronvale is the ruling area. Chalfie was just like a district where, you know, Sigurd is Lord of Chalfie, but Sigurd was never royalty. The royalty comes from Deirdre. Anyway. Then let us swear it upon this sword. We may have been born apart, but we shall die as one. As your friend, as your sworn brother, we shall join hands and deliver Yggdrasil from this evil. This I vow to you. And I vow the same to you, an undying oath, and may the stars themselves perish before it is broken. It's a shame that Ares doesn't get to get in on this oath, since it's Eldigan's son. Thus Leif's battle, which started in the remote village of Fiona and ended with the liberation of North Thracia, came to a close. Yet although Leif's battle had ended, the war for Yggdrasil has just begun. In South Thracia, Travant's kingdom has already amassed great power. In the Gronvale Empire, Crown Prince Julius, the scion of darkness and incarnate of Lapidus, is still alive and well. Now, in year 777 of the Gronvale calendar, the world stands on the brink of a new era. Play genealogy for the rest of the story. Hooray! I did it! Woohoo! I done good. Yeah, it would be interesting if he met with us instead of Diarmid, but we would recruit Diarmid. Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense that Diarmid would come to see his sister, but like, Eldigan, Sigurd, and Quan were all three like super close. So it's a shame that Ares doesn't get in on that oath. 148 turns on the banner of Njorun. That was the Colosseum battle. Hey, Raolink! Yay! I won! So my thoughts on it? My thoughts are, story-wise, absolutely adored it. I loved the characterization, and all of that. It was great. Great new characters, great expansion on some characters that we already have. I do wish there had been more about Nana. I do wish Nana and Leif had gotten to talk more. But that's okay. Gameplay-wise, very fun. I'm glad they went back to smaller chapters. I do not like infinite range stabs. Those suck. I wish that there had been more to buy in our armory except iron weapons the whole time. That was annoying, and or there was a way to get money other than selling stuff or going to the Colosseum, but that's okay. The combos were short but really impactful. Yeah. Just lots of characterization of really good characters and some new characters. Complete military record. Total turns 1,054. Surviving units 47. Overall rank E. Yeah. Yes, come to the finite infinite range. To the finite range staff side. Yeah, I mean, stab should be finite range because then you can decide how to approach. But it's like, aw, cute. But it's like totally unfair to have infinite range stabs when like they're so far away from you, they're in fog of war, that it's like, well, that's not fucking fair. I can't do anything about that. I can't see them, so I can't target them. Haven't met anyone else that shares that thought. Oh no, infinite range stabs are cruddy. Hi Quan and Ethlyn and Altena and little baby Leaf. Nah, y'all are so cute. This is nice music. But yeah, no, I really liked it. I mean, it's not perfect, but like, what game is, you know? There's some gameplay stuff that could be... There's a vocal version that you wanted to show me? Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, Leif is a great lord. probably my favorite lord so far would be Leaf. He has a lot of character development, and it's really good. And a lot of, like, secondary characters get a lot of development. It'd be cool in a remake if, like, Salem got more character info and they increased the Nana and Leaf interactions. Because, I mean, we know that Nana and Leaf have, like, grown up together, and you can figure out that they must like each other. But they really could have gone more in depth on that. But, very, very good stuff. I'm not happy that Galzus is just gonna, like, leave. Hang out with your daughter, man. You can be nearby and not be a threat. It's fine. Oh, here come endings. Along with Lord Seliph, the rightful heir to the Imperial throne, Leif led the war to liberate Yggdrasil. After seizing the capital of Belhalla, Leif went on to fight numerous battles throughout the continent. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get much information from Salem about Laughter Church, yeah. When all was said and done, Leif's fame and renown ultimately surpassed even that of Holy King Seliph. Nice! Yes, even the game knows that Leif is better. In year 780 of the Granville calendar, North and South Thracia were unified into one country. Leif took the throne of this new kingdom of Thracia, and together with his queen Nana and older sister Altena, led his motherland into a new era of prosperity. Woohoo! They were beloved by the people of North and South alike, dedicating their lives to reunifying Thracia. Leif and Altena were hailed as the successors to Dane and Jorgen. Hooray! In the annals of Thracian history, the name of King Leif the Wise, the Sage Lord, will echo for eternity. Yeah, Leif best lord. I love Leif. Aw, this one's sad. After hearing word that Leif had safely taken the throne, Finn suddenly disappeared. It was 3 years before he was seen again, reappearing just as suddenly as he had first vanished. Isn't one of them Aryan? I don't know. No historical records exist of where he had gone and what he had been doing during his long absence. The only evidence that remains are strange rumors that he had been seen in the Aid Desert looking for Lachesis. He found Lachesis. Shush, I'll hear nothing else. He found Lachesis and we fixed her. Following their victory at Valhalla, Nana devoted herself to helping Leif liberate Augustria. After wedding Leif, now the king of New Thracia, Nana dedicated her time to aiding the many orphans of the war. Aww. Yeah, good girl. Known for her beauty and compassion, she was affectionately called Princess Nana even after becoming queen. Cute. By all accounts, she continues to enjoy a happy marriage with Leif to this day. Yay! Well, yeah. Yay for not political marriages. Yay for love. Ivor, mistress of Fianna. Returning to Fianna for a time, I will temporarily lead a quiet, peaceful life. Oh? Eventually, the compact she had made with the dragons expired. What? And with its end, her memory returned, 7 years after the end of the Holy War. She made a pact with dragons! That's why she forgot? Her belated reunion with her children became the subject of a timeless song known to any bard who can play a lute. What? So she, like, knowingly lost her memory? Why'd she leave her kids? Merida, Sword of Stars. Still ashamed of her lack of discipline for having been possessed by the Shadow Sword, Merida embarked on a journey to train and better herself, alone. Aww. Go find your dad! Before long, she grew into a formidable swordswoman, one whose name was known throughout the continent. She met Patty and her son. Well, yeah, I know, but why'd she leave them? But no matter how well known she became, she would always say, I'm nothing compared to my mother. Actually, maybe she lost track of them after the war, after the first war, and like was searching and searching and searching, and she made a pact with the dragons, like, let me forget because it's too painful. After Ivel departed Fianna, Halvin took up the role of village leader and commander of the Free Blades. Layman turned hero. He quickly demonstrated his talent for leadership, and Fianna developed and expanded under his wise rule. Nice. Nowadays, Fianna is the envy of every village on Thracia's east coast. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that like she lost track of Patty and Fabail, and like was looking for them and couldn't find them, and was so upset she made a pact with the dragons to forget, so that she wouldn't be so miserable. Ornery Axeman. After returning to Fianna, Ossian married and was blessed with many children. However, he remained prone to mood swings all his life, and his quick temper was inseparable from his kind heart. I assume he married, Tanya. He eventually earned a reputation around the village as that oddball old man. Yeah. Despite not being fond of the other villagers, he proved to be a reliable man, always willing to help those in need. Tanya, Dagdar's beloved daughter. After moving to Fianna, Tanya married and was blessed with many children. Oh, they obviously got married. They both got married in Fianna and were blessed with many children. Owing to her honest and open-hearted nature, she quickly became a busybody, albeit a well-intentioned one. She made it her business to help everyone, and over time, the villagers came to rely on her just as they would a relative. Yeah, it's not clear what her interaction was with the dragons. Maybe they only protected her. Maybe. She could have been dying and then lost some of it. Ex-bandit of Mount Violdrake. Returning to Mount Violdrake, Dagdar again gathered his underlings and set them to restoring the barren land. After a few years, the soil around Mount Violdrake was reborn into rich, fertile farmland. Nice. Marty, Dagdar's beloved man. Returning to Mount Violdrake, Marty reunited with his old friends and set about restoring the barren land. While somewhat dim-witted, his absent-mindedness gave way to a sort of rugged honesty and innocence. His straightforward and uncomplicated nature won him many friends, and he was especially beloved among children. Ronan, villager of Iz. Ronan went back to Iz, where his mother awaited his return. He then resumed his ordinary life of hunting. Yeah. Sometime afterward, he quietly married and lived happily for the rest of his days. Yay! Good for you, Ronan. He had a girl back home. Safi, servant of the divine. Safi made her way back to Tara and devoted herself to healing the sick and helping the poor. The people looked at her like she was divine, and eventually began to speak of her as if she were a goddess herself. Nice. She didn't marry Liphis. Hooray! Shiva, sellsword of Saban. After the war, Shiva's whereabouts became unknown. He took great pains to conceal himself from prying eyes. Many unanswered questions surround this enigmatic figure in history. Scholars have proposed various theories about his origins and activities after the war, but none of them are credible. Interesting. Liphis, shy thief. Liffus was one of the many to earn a post as a government official, and served as one for a short time before vanishing. Well, WTF. During his time in office, the Kerberos garrison wiped out the pirates still hiding in the Corsair Isles and other nearby islands. Sweet. After that resounding victory, Liffus simply disappeared from the pages of history. Well, that's okay. Fergus, free-spirited knight. After the fighting was all over, Fergus vanished almost immediately, just like his dad. Was he an illegitimate son of the legendary knight Beowulf, a long-lost prince of the Connaught royal family? Rumors persist about this mysterious figure, but with Fergus gone, the truth has been lost forever. He was the son of Beowulf. Karen, Swift Rider. Returning to her native Celeste, Karen finally fulfilled her dream of joining the Order of Pegasus Knights. See, Fergus disappeared because he went to Celeste to be with Karen. Although her service record doesn't indicate she went on to do anything particularly noteworthy, Karen nevertheless became regarded as an excellent Pegasus Knight in her own right. Yeah, sweet. Asbel, Windswept Youth. Asbel fought alongside Leif for the entirety of the war, serving as his trusted aide and confidant. For each step Leif took down that harsh road, Asbel was always beside him, helping him shoulder the war's burdens. I didn't know about him being from the Connaught royal family. He can wield broggies, though, so he might have some holy blood. Afterward, he returned to his hometown of Frest, where he became a priest, as his father was before him. Nice. In only a few short years, tales of Asbel the Sage had spread to every corner of the land. Nice. Good for you, Asbel. Brighton, Knight of Munster. Returning to Munster, Brighton devoted himself to its reconstruction, and also taught swordplay to all who wished to learn. After the city had been stabilized, he went on to open a small store with his new wife. Yay! His new wife, Matcha. Matcha, Blade of Gales. Matcha returned to Munster, where none could match her sheer zeal and passion for rebuilding the kingdom. She soon married a fellow soldier who had also served in the war and gave birth to a child. Yay! Despite these changes, her drive to aid Munster never wavered, and she stayed devoted to the city for her entire life. Yay, they had a baby! Yeah, maybe Beowulf fell in love with, like, a woman from the Connaught noble family and had an illegitimate child. Lara, from innocence to thievery. Resuming her original trade of being a dancer, Lara went on to perform throughout Thracia. Her captivating dance, known to rejuvenate the audience's spirits, soon became a symbol of Thracia's own revival. Many people were themselves inspired by her artful, vivacious performances. Dalsin, Knight of Unwavering Resolve. Determined to protect everyday folk from bandits, Dalsin relocated to Kerberos Gate, near where his siblings lived. He maintained a round-the-clock watch, fighting off brigands every day and night. For a time, his life was a cycle of battle. Aw, poor Dalsin. But before long, the bandit gangs that had long plagued the area around the fort were all but wiped out. Once said to be a place more terrible than hell itself, the fort was now called more safe than the gates of heaven. Aw. Now I'm in doubt where it is stated that Brighton and Matcha are lovers. I think they are. It makes sense. Hicks, father and axeman. Declining a government post, Hicks instead returned to his family, where he led a quiet life. Yeah. But even when working, he always kept his trusty axe close at hand. I mean, it says that both of them returned to Munster to help rebuild and then married shortly after to fellow soldiers. He is said to be ever vigilant, constantly keeping watch for danger. So, I mean, it makes sense that they would get married. Glade, Knight of Integrity. Glade was appointed commander of the new kingdom of Thracia's military, the highest rank in the army. Nice. He was entrusted with overseeing the military's reorganization as it swelled in number, with North and South united. Initially too large to be sustainable, the army's excess troops were divided into several new branches, with only an elite few soldiers permitted to stay in the main force. Nice. The restructuring of the military was successful, and his organizational acumen saved Thracia from a financial crisis. That's good. Very important. Good job, Glade. Selphina, Bow of Beauty. After the new kingdom of Thracia's army had been stabilized, Selphina resigned from her post as an officer. Instead of becoming a mother, she opened her family's mansion to the many children who lost their parents in the war. Aww. The orphans she saved grew up to be great men and women, a new generation that guided Thracia into the future. Aw, good for you. Because of this, Selphina is not only remembered as a knight, but also as the mother of Thracia. The elite main force are the 5 knights that were with him in chapter 13, yeah. For centuries afterward, people would invoke her name for good fortune, hoping to inherit her strength and kindness. Aww, cute. Cain! Leaving the ways of the lance behind him, Cain became a civil servant. Nice. He instituted sweeping reforms to restructure Leonster's army, making comprehensive policy changes one by one. Nicknamed the taciturn tactician, it is said that Leif and his descendants relied greatly on his wisdom. Nice. Feels bad we didn't use Selphina too much. Yeah, but that's okay. We had to keep her safe so that she could take care of all those kids. Alba, Lance of Leonster. At his own request, Alba was reassigned to Leif and Altena to a post in the former region of southern Thracia. There he strived to quell the area's civil unrest and restore order to the war-torn land. At first, the locals treated him with distrust, referring to him only as the Northerner. Yeah. Yet his jovial and friendly nature eventually won over the people's hearts, and they treated him as one of their own. Good. Robert, Bowman of Leonster. Robert's fondest wish was granted when he was assigned to a permanent post in the army of New Thracia. Nice. Despite fighting countless battles, he was a nervous wreck when at the royal court or other social functions. Ah, poor guy. Unbeknownst to him, this only added to his popularity among the army's female officers. Well, yeah. Cute. He found him a good girl, I'm sure. Carrion, nobleman of Leonster. At Leif's own request, Carrion transferred to a posting at Castle Meath, which reunited him with Hannibal. Yeah! From then on, the two worked together to ease tensions between northern and southern Thracians. Yeah, Hannibal's a good dude. He is considered one of the most influential factors to the successful reunification of Thracia. Right on, Carrion. Olwen, Blue Mage Knight. After the war, Olwen returned home to the dukedom of Frigga. There, she spent all of her strength helping the new young lord rebuild her family's land. Whenever she thought of her brother Reinhard, she was overwhelmed by an odd mixture of pity and anger. Aww. Yeah, she's gotta help Arthur. Because of that history, she went on to choose a rather unremarkable man to be her husband, to the astonishment of all. She married Fred. Duh. But Fred isn't actually remarkable, so. Fred, Knight of House Stade. After the war, Fred returned home to the dukedom of Frigga. Yeah, see, they went home together. There, he spent all of his strength helping the new young lord rebuild the war-torn land. Yeah, just like Olwen. He went on to marry a young noblewoman with close ties to House Frigga's inner circle, though the difference in their age made him the butt of many jokes. He's not that much older than Olwen. He's only like 7 years older. They totally got married. Pern, Bandit of Dacia. Telling Leif he was going back to his hometown, Pern departed for parts unknown. Rumors abound about his activities since. Some say he returned to banditry, others say he helped rebuild Tara, and so on. The truth remains a mystery. He probably traveled with Laura. Trude, the man called Death itself. Immediately after the war's end, Trude slipped away in all the confusion. Nearby witnesses claim he vanished into thin air. Little is known for certain, but several legends state that he returned to his old life as a sellsword. Salem, the sorcerer. After the war's end, Salem moved to a rural area and became a recluse. He recorded the story of his life in writing. Yeah! Good. His memoirs told the tale of a man who had once been a member of the infamous Lopter Church. Yeah, man. That's important info. To historians, they were an invaluable resource, offering a rare glimpse into the inner workings of the Lopterian society. Yeah, dude. I wish we could have known more during the game. Glad you wrote it down, though. Tina, mischievous little sister. Even after everything she had been through, upon returning to Tara, Tina remained just as rash and impulsive as before. Did she ever settle down and become less wild? Disappointingly, the history books don't say. Aww. Salem should publish the book. It would be a bestseller for sure. Yeah. Lenoan, blossoming flower of Tara. Lenoan returned to Tara and set about rebuilding the war-torn city. She guided Tara into an unprecedented era of prosperity, secretly using her wealth to support Leif's reign. Nice. Despite being praised for her beauty throughout her life, she never married. Never married, but she had an affair with Dean. Her marital status, or lack thereof, became the subject of constant gossip. Yeah, because Dean was her lover and she couldn't marry him, so she just didn't get married to anybody. Dean, hero of the clear blue skies. After the war's end, Dean escorted the wounded Aryan to the former region of South Thracia. Continuing to watch over him, Dean was later appointed the head of the reborn Draco Knights of Thracia. Nice. A few years later, he re-entered the stage of world politics, his new post elevating him to a key role. Nice. Edda, Draco Knight of Thracia. After the founding of the new kingdom of Thracia, Edda became a close friend and confidant to Altena. Edda tried her best to raise her spirits, as the war and its revelations had taken their toll on Altena. Yeah. She took her duties so seriously that she never concerned herself with her own well-being. Ultimately, Edda sacrificed her own happiness to better devote herself to serving Altena and the restoration of Thracia. Aww. Huh, I thought that Linoan and Arian married. Nope, apparently not. So I think Dean was her lover. Homer, traveling bard. Homer toured the entirety of Thracia, performing in every city, big or small. Everywhere he went, he sang the heroic saga of Leif. Yeah. Based on his first-hand experience in Leif's army, his song was universally beloved and became a staple of Thracian culture. Sweet. Ralph, wandering sellsword. Taking up farming tools with the same ferocity as he swung a sword, Ralph poured his energy into healing the land. Save for this one detail, no other record of Ralph can be found in historical texts. That's okay. Having made no effort to preserve a record of his deeds, he is emblematic of the many humble folk who aided in Thracia's restoration, but chose to fade into obscurity. Sloof, priest of Bragi. Sloof never did return to the Tower of Bragi. Instead, he wandered Yggdrasil, spreading the teachings of Ida. His missionary work was noticed by other Bragian priests, and his earnest efforts motivated them to follow suit. Due to the movement, the Church of Ida once more became the dominant religion of the land. Well, that's good. It's not Lopter, so. Amalda, retired knight. Amalda returned to the dukedom of Frigga and devoted herself to restoring it to its former glory. House Frigga's disastrous rule of North Thracia had depleted most of their manpower and ruined their family land. However, as the years went by, Amalda's tireless work gradually returned the land to its once beautiful state. Nice. Good job. Misha, first of the new Falcon Knights. Misha returned to Celeste, where she was welcomed back by the Order of Pegasus Knights with open arms. In the subsequent war to liberate Celeste, she was honored many times for her valor in battle. Afterward, she was named commander of the next generation of the Order of Pegasus Knights. Sweet! Good job! To her superiors, she was a capable and fair commander, and to her subordinates, she was a kind and popular leader. Well, good. Xavier, loyal warhorse. Xavier devoted himself to the establishment of Leif's new kingdom of Thracia. A man of ample experience and knowledge, his advice always identified the root of a problem. While the new kingdom of Thracia's government was still developing, younger staff found his counsel invaluable. Diarmid, charming knight. After the war's end, Diarmid departed for Augustria with his cousin Prince Ares. Their combined efforts led to an era of unprecedented growth for their motherland. Nice. Sias, Bishop of Flame. Sias returned to the family lands of House Veldhammer and dedicated himself to rebuilding them. Nice. His talents were noticed by Holy King Seliph, who recruited him to help rebuild the kingdom of Gronvale as well. Good job, Sias. Good man. Galzus, sullied swordsman of Ode. After the liberation of Munster, Galzus simply vanished. Aww. There is no further mention of him, good or bad, in any reputable historical source. He traveled with Merida. Perhaps he disappeared into the night, or perhaps his existence was deliberately covered up. There's no way to know. Sara, doomed by fate. Sara quietly removed herself from the public eye after the war. According to several legends, she was placed under Leif's protection and lived a humble yet spiritually rich life. Well, good. Is Sias considered a half-brother of Seliph? Okay, legally, maybe. It depends on what you consider to be the legality of the marriage of... Well, no, he's not. Because, I mean, Sias is a bastard of Arvis. So, Sias is a bastard of Arvis, who then married Deirdre, who was Selip's mother. So, like, if Sias was recognized as a child of Arvis, if Sias was recognized as a child of Arvis, and Deirdre is recognized, and Seliph is recognized as a child of Deirdre, then, like, technically, legally, they would be half-siblings, but, like, not really. They're not really related in any sort of way. It would have to be legalities. But he can be considered a half-brother of Julia? Yes, because they have the same father. Like, biologically, there's absolutely no relation between Arvis and Seliph. Legally, they could technically be brothers if you consider Arvis's bastard to be, like, an official child, and then also consider Seliph to be a legitimate child of Deirdre. But Sias is a half-brother of Julia because their father is Arvis. I need to make a team of Seliph siblings in Fire Emblem Heroes. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can put Seliph, Sias, Julius, and Julia, and they'd all be a little bit related. But, woohoo! I did it! Huzzah! I won the game! I think I got most of my thoughts out before the individual character credits started to roll. But yeah, I mean, there's a few things that I would change. There's very little I would change story-wise. If anything, that some story aspects just need a little bit more expansion. And in the endings, I get that, like, they didn't want to make it official that people got married, but I think it's fairly obvious based on the way the endings are written that Ocean and Tanya got married. Machia and Brighton got married. Olwen and Fred got married. You know, those ones are pretty... They work well, you know, in both of their endings. It's like, well, I went to the same place, and we're doing the same thing, and then got married. And it's like, okay, yeah. So that makes sense. Selfina's ending is really sweet. I like that she doesn't have children, but rather adopts a whole bunch. But yeah, I overall really, really liked it. Really liked the endings. Um, for my own sake, I'd like expansion on like the Ivel Brigid situation with like what happens between her and Marita and Galzus and Fabail and Patty and Ivel. In my headcanon, it's obvious that Finn left to look for Lachesis. In my headcanon, he finds Lachesis and is able to bring her to unstone her, unpetrify her, because of course Lachesis would be kept somewhere as a trophy, and we didn't look for all of the statues in the Aid Desert. We were in Munster, so like Lachesis is in their temple in the Aid Desert. So I think like between Finn and Salem and Sara, they could go and like save all of those people in the Aid Desert, like unpetrify them, and then Lachesis would be fine. Finn is significantly older than her now, but they'd be happy again, so that'd be good. But yeah, I really liked it. Very fun, exciting stuff. But I've run like an hour over my time, so I am going to go ahead and go. There will be one more stream of Thracia, not tomorrow, but the next day, in which I will replay chapters 1 and 2 because I lost the footage of that before I started uploading it to YouTube. So, but thank you for hanging out with me, Ebby. I appreciate your company through all this. I finally did it. Woo! So, thanks to this game, I met your streams, so I like it even more. Yeah! And thanks to this game, I met you. So that's another reason for me to like it more. And I met Advent and Sir Marcus and a whole bunch of people. So, good times. But yeah, I'll go ahead and head off. Hope everybody has a good night, and I will catch you next time. Bye!